You are viewing Caribbean American News Media on YouTube and on Facebook. You can also find us on 360 Radio. Your host for tonight is Garfield Olliver. Let's get to work.
From current events and community spotlights to arts, music, cuisine, and more. Our show features exclusive interviews with influencers, artists, community leaders, and everyday heroes who are making a difference in the Caribbean American community. Stay informed and inspired with our thought-provoking segments that highlight the diversity, resilience, and creativity within our community. Tune into the Caribbean American News Media Show for a captivating blend of news, entertainment, and storytelling that celebrates the Caribbean American experience. Get ready to discover new perspectives, celebrate successes, and connect with the heartbeat of the Caribbean American community. Don't miss a moment of the action. Stay tuned to Caribbean American News Media Show for an immersive viewing experience like no other. Hashtag Caribbean American News, hashtag show, hashtag cultural celebration.
Special good night to all our viewers here on Caribbean American News Media Platform. I do apologize for the late start. I was in another meeting, and so I really apologize for the delay. But thank you, my friends, for being here with us. This is Caribbean American News Media Platform. We are live on the air, and it is good to be here with you on our used to be Monday night experience. Yes, it used to be our Monday night, and it's good to get back the feel just for one day. Just for one day. But greetings, my friends. How was your day? How are you doing, friends? Please share the live, tag a friend. We are not taking any rest on this broadcast. There are a lot happening in the society, and we are hoping that we can continue keeping the lights on here at Caribbean American News Media. Very important that we stay on the issues. There is no time for delay when it comes to some of these developments that we are seeing out there. And so again, please share the live, tag a friend. To those of you who are on our YouTube channel, we want to thank you so much for being here, Matthew and Clive over there in Grenada. And, we might just have to switch our frame, get back into another studio. Just give me 1 minute, folks. Please enjoy as we get ready to lunch.
Groceries. People getting poor. Things like rent and utility bills will also increase gas.
Real Malawi vibe.
All them things the people doing to stay healthy, like gym, healthy eating, and safety and security, could be harder to get because people ain't have money.
Partner, if them people ain't have enough money, they ain't go have leftover food for us to eat. The bins go be empty. Wow!
Things real happening to them, Lucianzi. Look out for us again soon. We go show you all more. Malwat.
Why them?
All right, folks. So we're going to go into business now. We're going to talk about Malwat at some point. There's a lot of Malwats that, are on our backs. And we got to discuss, this whole breaking development there. So this is State of the Nation. We're talking about crime in the town. And Richard Frederick has names. The Prime Minister did say to us that he is aware of who are committing these crimes. And I do not want us to take this program tonight for granted. It is going to be a very serious one. And I'm hoping to hear from you, our viewers. It is 929-586-1821. And here's wishing you a beautiful holiday season. Those of you who celebrate Christmas, I'm wishing you a beautiful one. Those of you who are away from family, we continue to keep you in prayer. For those of you who have nothing to celebrate, you have life. Celebrate life, friends, all right? Celebrate life. But greetings to all again. Garfield Olliver here, 7:31 here in New York. Very cold indeed and icy. A lot of snow on the outside. So speaking about, I got a text from a Labour Party supporter asking me what about the class action lawsuit with Mr. Martinez. Let me just address this before I go on. I heard you, SLP, I read it under your chat, that I took $1,000 from individuals to sign them up for a class action lawsuit. Let me just ask you to desist from such, or I will take you to task legally. Please stop these nonsense. Let's deal with serious matters. Okay? I would never rob anyone, take any money from anyone. Everything we do here, it is free of charge. We are not like some of you who are basically crooks, dishonest people. That's not who you're watching. You're watching a decent man who loves the country that adopted him and treated him with love and dignity, one who have contributed to his country, to the poor, the plight of the poor in the nation. So I would ask you to stop from your nonsense. Please, let's speak real issues. Now, Mr. Martinez did say that he's going to have a class action lawsuit. He's going to help with one. We are still waiting when that is set, and that is against the banks. Okay? Let's not rush it. As a matter of fact, while you were here, let me just show you something. You know what this is? Maybe you can't see it. This is a check that I got in the mail today from a class action lawsuit. You hear me? $800 from a class action lawsuit that I paid nothing for. This. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I don't care if you see what it is. So I'm going to ask you, SLP, so stop your nonsense. All right? So let's get to work now. Too much nonsense in the country while people's life is in danger. And politicians just take us for a ride. Play with the minds of the people. And so we're going to talk tonight very seriously. And as much as I'm a little disturbed, and the same buddy had a meme, you know, with me saying that I'm signing up all my family. Yes, I will. Once that's available, that option is available for a class action lawsuit, I jump on board and I will sign people up. And I stand by that word. I will sign people up. Because you fellas are nasty. And it is sick. I'm sick of you guys. Because you have entire communities that are living in fear. People who are losing their families. Gangs all over the place. Robberies. People are working hard and losing their monies. People are being killed. Nurses are being killed. Businesses are being robbed. And it seems to me the only time you guys have selective outrage is when it hit home, or when you yourself are fearful, or when some business friend of yours or colleague, or who a friend of a friend, or whoever it is, feel the pinch. Then you want to scream like a little girl. That's not how our government should work. And that's not how our government ministers should work on a whole. So let's be serious here, friends. Please, I know who I am. And I don't want to hear anything about Flabo and all this nastiness. Let's talk. Let's talk about Castries. Let's talk about Castries, what we can do, or what should have been done for the safety of the people of Castries. So please share the live, Tiger Friend, and let's have a decent conversation on this platform. Thank you, Doc. I just found this shirt in the office there, in some of my thinger. I think I got it on Amazon. Don't worry with that. Don't worry with the Amazon business. I like Amazon because I have a nice shirt that I can talk to you with on this platform. Share the live, Tiger Friend, and let's have. Yes, I see my friend Rush Clark is on the line. Greetings to you, sir. And by the way, I want to introduce Rush Clark to Buddy. This is the man that will unseat you. As a matter of fact, this is the man that have you the way you are, Bazoli, and confused and just saying things. This is the man that is going to unseat you, a young man who loves his country, loves his community, and is not as dirty as some people in our politics. Huh? If we have spiritual eyes, we can know when somebody's decent. I'm not saying perfect. But somebody who can make a difference, who want to make a difference in Castries. So we're going to have a conversation tonight. And by the way, while we're having this conversation, I am endorsing officially tonight Mr. Clark, as Rush Clark, as the candidate that will go up against you, Buddy. I endorse it. I endorse him. And I think you have enough to be concerned about. So let's go to your rant some night ago, and then we will break it down, because I believe there's a shift somewhere in Castries. Something is happening in the country. Something is happening in the country. You hear what I'm saying? And the longest rope always have an end, believe it or not. Don't matter how long that rope is. You can pull that rope from here, from St. Lucia to China. It has an end. It must end. And I say all that exalts themselves will come down, especially with pride and arrogance and rudeness. These are not the type of ministers we want in our country. But let's listen. Let's go to Buddy. As a matter of fact, let's go to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia first, and then we will go and have a discussion about our Buddy. All right? Remember, we are talking about this is State of the Nation, Deja Vu.
Make them this.
All right.
I also have something to say. I won't say no. about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say that at some point. And you all may have to deal with me. Because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know.
So, friends, it seems like the SLP government know, based on what we're hearing. First, we heard the Prime Minister saying, I know, people pretending I know. And then we have Buddy calling names, telling us who they are, who's committed the crimes in Castries, who is robbing people, robbing the tourists, who is robbing businesses, who is tormenting the citizens of Castries. But do you understand what is happening here? These are ministers who are in authority. These are ministers who are in authority and who took an oath to protect the citizens of St. Lucia. And all they say to us is, I know. I know. I know. And the final straw is Mr. Frederick, in his last Thursday, his program called out names. And we have some breaking news coming out of Castries. We believe a situation took place there with Mr. Frederick and some of the boys there in Castries. We'll go to that after we take you to the clip there with Mr. Frederick.
I see them there. And I don't call them because, in my view, you cannot want to associate with me when all you want to do is crime. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that, Solomon Clark. I have a problem, a serious problem with it. Okay? Not too long ago, your thugs, your lime, right there by Mr. Walters, and you'll rob him. You'll lime right there and you'll rob him. I want to call on Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, this is getting too serious for us to take a lackadaisical approach.
Okay, so let's just break this down for a minute. It is over 3 years or more that we have had an issue with crime in the nation. And I'm not sure what really tipped this off or got Mr. Frederick really aggravated and upset. But maybe Mr. Frederick should have been upset with the number of killings that we've had in Vieux Fort, in Dennery, in different parts of St. Lucia. Maybe Mr. Frederick, it's a minute too late in his outrage, and that's why it sounds like selective outrage to me. I'm just saying. Because we have been complaining over and over again, not only on this platform, but on many other platforms, about the crime in the country. He is one of them who said that all is well, that crime was on the flower too. These are the men who played it off that, we talk about crime and crime is everywhere and all the Caribbean, and all of a sudden these fellas are agreeing with us now that we have a crime problem. But it is 3 years now we have been speaking about this crime problem. So I want to know what went wrong between Mr. Frederick and all the names that he called out. Something went bad, something went wrong. Because the crime problem, my friend, just go back over the United Workers' Party programs, live broadcast, and other broadcasts, whether it's Sky FM, whether it's Charles, whoever it is, Miss Ward, Nancy. We have been speaking and crying out for a solution, for intervention with this crime issue. They told us that nothing was made really wrong. It's just some thugs killing some thugs. Some I forgot the name that the Prime Minister called them. Some Dons. That's what we were told, St. Lucians. All of a sudden, Buddy blows a gasket and is calling names. You heard him. He called a name. He said, you robbed a fella. My question is that guy who robbed the fella, the business, is he in jail? Was he arrested? And if you know he did it, have you reported it to the police? Or when did you report the matter to the police? If you know who is robbing who and who are the thugs in Castries, is there a report at the Central Police Station? Mr. Commissioner, you got to answer to us. Because you're under the gun too. But there is a danger. I'm going to play this and I'm going to show you the danger here with a government minister doing what he's doing on national television. I will show you the danger. Let's continue with the video.
Patrolling that area for me. I have a no loitering sign there. But basically they ignore it. They lime there, they lime under the CDC, and all they do is rob the tourists.
St. Lucians, these fellas have been liming there for the past 3 years. These guys didn't just show up on Thursday or Wednesday last week and start sitting there. These are the same fellas that have been calling him boss man. Do you understand, my friends, the games that I'm calling out tonight from our government? Gambling with the lives of the people of this country. The lives that they themselves swore an oath to protect. Do you understand what I'm saying, friends? I'm going to repeat that. These are the same fellas that Buddy is speaking about, who have been there for many years sitting and liming and calling him when he passed with his 10 or 20 police officers securing him, calling him boss man. Not Mr. Minister, you know. Boss man. All of a sudden, boss men don't want to be called boss man because boss man found out on Thursday night that the people who called him boss man are engaged in criminal activities. Folks, I hope that you understand what is going on here. But let's listen to Buddy let's listen to Buddy.
And it has to stop. I'm calling on you, Mr. Commissioner. Please, please, please. There is a no loitering sign there. Those thugs have to be arrested on sight for loitering. Yesterday, there is one called Claude. There is one called Claude. He robbed the tourists right there. You know, what's going on with you guys? Robbed the tourists right there. Today, one got his backside beaten up at the hands of a tourist, not knowing the man would fight. Lord forbid, I wish they had done something where you met your demise. And I make no bones about it. You all are playing the fool, man. Go and work. Go to work.
Now, he's right that they should go to work, but it is our same government ministers who have been giving them a little $200 and $500 not to work, just to sit on the block and call them boss man. Boss man. Boss man. Pass them every time. But you heard Mr. Frederick as a government minister saying that basically if the tourists had killed the guy and if this one is there, no problem, no bones about it. Folks, this is dangerous. This is not helping. This conversation that Mr. Frederick is having openly, it is not helping the many problems that the police force have been dealing with the impacts report. Remember the impacts report, for those of you, the whole mission restore confidence and all the story that you would have heard in your country and all the issues with your police force. Do you not remember that is the same rhetoric that caused the police to be in the position that they're in now, and nothing new under the sun. We are hearing the very same rhetoric. Names are being called. And I get a bit nervous when I hear people's name being called and associated with criminal activity, especially in public from a government minister. Now remember, the United States is still watching the police force. All is not well with the police force. Extrajudicial killing. Do you remember a kill list? Do you remember that history in your country? When there was what people would consider to be a blacklist of so-called criminals that should be dealt with. Listen to me, I am very nervous because we have been down this road before. We have been down this road before, and it cost police officers their dignity, their life, basically, because their names, some of them are still in limbo. Because it was the Labour Party when I believe Kelly opened whatever they call it, the investigations, and he made it public that the police did unlawful acts. And here we go again, St. Lucians. Here we go again. Now, I know there are those out there, and I understand those who are saying, yes, he was strong. And by the way, he sounded much stronger than the Prime Minister, of course. Passionate about the level of crime in the country. But in all that passion lies confusion. Confusion. And it borders on confusing the minds of the citizens of this country, this great country. What went wrong in Castries last Thursday? What went wrong in Castries last Thursday? That the commissioner would have been called out. The police would have been called out. Citizens of the country's name who we are not sure. We are just hearing, of course, from the minister that they're thugs and they're involved in criminal activities. And my point is, if Mr. Minister is aware and has the proof, because he have accused these people in public. Now, if the tables were turned, he would have taken you or anyone else to court who did the same thing to him or his family. That's why Facebook was not the right place for that, or television. He could have gone and sat with the commissioner of police, prime minister, and other people of importance. He could have met with those fellas and have a conversation with them one-on-one. Guys, I don't like what you guys are doing. I don't like it, and we're going to clean this up. You could have had that conversation. But you have accused all of them. You call their names of criminal activities. So if all these so-called criminals are still out there in the Castries area, sitting down on the block in Castries, then we have a policing problem. We have a problem in our governments. Folks, we have a major problem because the minister declared them criminals. All of them should have been arrested based on what he's saying. And I'm hoping that the minister have proof of what he's saying. And not only that he has the proof, that the minister have already engaged law enforcement in picking all of them fellas up. Not only for questioning, because Mr. Minister might have proof, and not hearsay, he say, I think, but has the evidence that these names that were called out are criminals. Criminals are to be arrested. Criminals are not supposed to call government ministers boss men. Because if I am a government minister and criminals are walking around calling me boss man, I should be arrested too. I'm saying me. Me.
Avai deban feya bole. Jarvis, stop it. Stop it, Aga. Jeff, all of you. And I'm not afraid to call your names. I know you all. I have video footage of you all. You know, stop it. And you know what I'll start doing? Put your pictures. When I say Solomon Clark, put up your picture. When I say Jarvis, put up your picture. When I say Brent, put up your picture. Aga, Jeff, Claude, put up your pictures. Mash you all doing in the place, man. You all are doing nonsense in the place. Thief alone, you all want to thief? I pass by you all, I don't call you all because of the nonsense you all are doing. Go work. Giving the country a bad name. The country is on the rise insofar as tourism is concerned. But we have a problem with crime. We have a problem, Mr. Commissioner, please. Now, Commission, sorry. Commission. I say Commission, eh? Oh, dear. Commission. I want to give you instructions on television. On television. I want the city police vehicles patrolling and arresting those guys who loiter in that area. Arrest them. Okay, arrest them. Take them to court. Let the magistrate grant bail. Let them find money for bail. I make no bones about it. It is time you all stop, man. You know, what's going on? Some of you, I speak to you. You all see sometimes I pass. I don't even want to look you all in the eyes. Because all you all bring to this country is shame in the name of a criminal life. That's all you do. That's all you do. That's all you do. I will start showing you pictures. I will start showing your pictures. And rest assured, all of you at some point will pay for it. At some point. Look at the fool that went and robbed by Prio. You go and rob by Prio. Huh? By Prio. You all never know who have licensed guns in the area. You all never know. You all will meet your untimely demise. That bullet that will kill you all will come from a licensed firearm. You'll never know. And this fool went by my partner. Prio, good night. You know, went by Prio.
So now, folks, you understand what just happened here. Mr. Frederick just shed some light on his anger. His friend, Prio, his friend, he said, went by Prio. So, you understand, St. Lucians, that your government ministers are not there for you, really? Did you hear what Buddy just said? Did you hear it? And let me see if I can just play that back slowly for you guys. Listen why Buddy is angry. I just found it out now. And I hope that you will pick it up. Play it, play it.
No. Prio, good night.
Hold a minute.
You know, went by Prio, a place where
Wait
almost 90% went by Prio, and this fool went by my partner. Prio.
Did you hear that? This fool went by my partner. I'm going to give you time. I'm going to just give you 2 minutes to just soak that in. The fool went by my partner. I'm giving you time to soak it in. The fool went by my partner. Now, all the shops and robberies in the country and the tormenting of citizens by criminals, no outrage. But the fool went by my partner.
And this fool went by my partner. Prio, good night.
St. Lucians, you have your answer. I can't help you. I give you the answer. Buddy is upset because a fool went by his partner and robbed his partner. How many shops in Castries have been robbed? In Vieux-Fort, in Swazel, in Canaries, in Grosile. How many individuals were dodging bullets all over the country? Business people are afraid to open late at night. And all the government says to you, well, we give them more vehicles. And all they tell you, we have done more for the police than the other government. We have done more, we have done more. But all of a sudden, there is a major crime problem in Castries because my buddy got attacked. And so because my buddy got affected, I'm wiping out all of you. Basically, I'm putting you guys on notice. We are going to come, Mr. Commissioner, send the SSU, send the cavalry, call the Americans, cover Castries now because my buddy got robbed. St. Lucians, if this is not an eye-opener for you, that unless it comes close to an associate of these fellas, they're not going to act on your behalf. They're not going to be angry enough. Unless they are affected at our hospitals, they are not going to act enough or fast enough. So let's allow Buddy to finish. Now, I understand he's human, his frustration. I really do. It hits home, and man, I'm tired of this thing, man. It hit home. My buddy, yassa, my buddy, y'all doing that, yassa. You always be sitting there by my buddy. All of you criminals were there all the time. We never trouble you all, you know. You all doing all your robberies and robbing people. We never tell you all nothing, huh? And it's my partner you come to rob, yassa. You couldn't go and do somebody else. I'm not saying that's what he's saying, but the more you think about it, you are getting the feeling that that whole cause of Pablo. I'm serious about this.
A place where almost 90% of the patrons who lime there carry licensed guns. You going to rob there? You going to rob there? Okay. It's like going to rob by Dax. Go by Dax, sir. Go by Dax and rob. Because at Dax, there are always licensed firearm holders there. Always. You know. You're all thugs. And I'm not afraid to call your names, you know. Claude, what you did yesterday, you all have to stop, you know. You all have to stop. You all must stop. You all have to stop. You all have to stop. Claude, Solomon Clark, Jarvis, oh Lord, Jeff Aga, Brent. You all have to stop. If you all don't stop, you all will be stopped. You all will be stopped. Come, Sean, I'm calling on you. If you have to stop, leave, or persons work round the clock, let them do it. Prepare the cells. Prepare the custodies for those guys, for those thugs, and lock them up. Lock them up without fear or favor. If they don't understand, let's make them feel. Mr. Commissioner, please, please, SSU to the rescue. I'm literally begging. I'm literally publicly begging. We have to return a degree of sanity to the streets of Castries. We must. We must. You all need to stop. You all need to stop. And when you all see me, don't bossman me. Because I will be no bossman to no thug. Don't no bossman me. You all don't know I know what's going on. You all don't know that. You all don't know I have eyes all over. You all don't know that. You all don't.
So, folks, your prime minister has eyes all over. Your minister, Buddy, has eyes everywhere. For 3 years, we have been complaining about crime in the country. But your minister has eyes everywhere, and he knows. He's like Santa Claus to me. He knows when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been good or bad. But don't hit my friend, or I'm bringing the Calvary out for you. Or you can go by Dax. Oh, there's a whole lot of people there with firearms. But what about those people with small businesses with no firearm, no protection, no government minister friend to call the SSU? Who called the SSU? Or what minister, what statement did you hear from any minister when that young lady got shot in Dennery, that child got shot in Dennery? What statement solutions did you get from any one of these ministers that was passionate and would have put the fear of God into these criminals? When that innocent woman got killed, And this innocent boy got shot in Miku. Shot and killed. What outrage did you hear? What outrage did you hear, St. Lucians? I'm asking you, those of you who are still, your head is still stuck in the sand. What are you waiting for? To learn, to pay attention to the words of your ministers. Did you hear any outrage while St. Lucians were crying out for help? While they were burying their loved ones, raising monies to bury their loved ones, begging everywhere for money for help to bury their loved ones? Did you hear any outrage? Did you hear these guys calling for police presence all over the country? Did you hear that on his show? Did you hear it, St. Lucians? I'm asking you a question. Did you hear it? 77 murders. How many of the 77 murders in the country did you hear outrage from your government to the point where they're bringing down the whole cavalry? They're digging up all hell in St. Lucia to find these bandits. Buddy said he have eyes everywhere. But his eyes everywhere cannot help to serve half of the murders in the country. We have the De Leon woman. We have unsolved crimes all over the country, spanning a period of years, but Buddy have eyes everywhere. And the only eye he's seeing through is when my buddy get hit by a thug. Something is wrong in your country, St. Lucians. And I'm not here just because he is an SLP to say I'm jabbing him. This is serious stuff. What I'm saying to you, if you listen carefully, this is what your ministers are saying to you. You remember what they were saying to you with all the crime? They flabbo, they want to see crime. They want to burn the country down to kill a rat. Mr. Frederick is saying to us there's a host of the rats in Castries. That's what he's saying. And he's calling the exterminator. The SSU and this and the city police and all cavalry is coming out.
Whom you all are will come and tell me because they say, boss, when you're doing your thing, I not in it. Is that one? Is that one? You all don't know that.
Hold a minute. So he's saying that there are one or two soothsayers that will say, boss man, it's not me, or boss man. When you do your thing, it's not me, I not in it. So what thing are you doing, boss man, that they're so scared that they say to you, it's not me, or when you're doing your thing, it's not me? What thing are you doing? I'm just asking a question. What thing are you doing? You're the one talking in public. So I'm asking you, sir, what thing are you doing in public that them fellas are saying, boss man, when you're doing your thing, is not me? Because I know back in school when you're being punished when you're in a group and all 5 of you are giving trouble and the teacher comes, there's always a little soothsayer in the class who would say, Miss, is not me, it's him and him and him, because you know the belt is going to come down on you. So Miss is not me, is there me? Miss, I tell them to stop it a long time, So I'm asking, when you are doing your thing, what is the thing that they're speaking about? I'm going to ask again. What is the thing that the fellas are saying is not me, or when you're doing your thing is not me? What thing? The citizens of the country needs to know.
They say, boss, when you're doing your thing, I not in it. Is that one? Is that one? You all don't know that? Stop it. Stop the damn low life. You all thieves. Go and work. Go and work. Look for work that you all want to do. That you all have to do. Go and look for work, man. This is nonsense. Utmost nonsense. And you all will stop. You all will stop. Top at top, they must stop. Or they will be stopped. And I make no bones about it now. You know, if it's war, you all want to declare on the people of this country. If it's war, you all want to declare on the economy of this country. If it's war, you all want to declare on the government of this country. Then we will declare war on you. And I make no bones. No bones. Nonsense.
Okay, friends, we're going to go on. And this is a clip we got today, a few moments later. A few moments later in Castries, this is what took place there.
I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there. I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
So, folks, that's just, with that came into our news, that's just a few, maybe an hour ago. And it looks like Mr. Frederick, surrounded by, he's highly protected, it seems, there in Castries. And it seems to me, based on my analysis of the video, that the boys are acting up. The boys are upset. I don't know whether it's because their names were being called, but the boys apparently are not having it. What in the world is happening in our government? What in the world is happening in Castries? What in the world is happening to Castries?
I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there. I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
Brethren, all I can say to the people of Castries is you don't have to take this. You don't have to change it. Take it. You have a chance. You have choices. And that is to think about who you elect as your representative. This is the same man we saw going after vendors, putting their documents online and all these kind of stories, putting out personal agreements that they have with government and themselves, exposing it to the public. What you boys thought was going to happen to you all? What do you think your boss man was going to do you? You don't think he was going to call your name? You do not believe that once you don't. Listen to me. You want to look at people's track record. You need to look at people's track record. And I want to say something to some of you brothers who are listening to me, who are in Castries and you're on the block. If you are tormenting the citizens of the country, I think you should stop. I believe you should stop. You're not making it better for law-abiding citizens or the visitors to the country. You're damaging yourself. And nobody's saying you can't hang out, a few hours and, you lime in and everything else. But your job in Castries, fellas, is to protect the citizens of the country. Protect the tourists. Help to keep the place safe and clean. And maybe some of these rum shops need to be closed down or removed from that area, because if the rum and all the activities there are drawing you guys, maybe we need to re-evaluate and reorganize. Go get a plan for the city of Castries. Get special recreation areas for you guys. Because if you're just sitting around and people are afraid when they're passing to get to a bus or to get home or to do some transaction, they're afraid. They don't know what is going to happen to them. If you are putting the fear of the enemy in the citizens of the country, you must stop. Now, I understand, as I said to you, what Buddy is saying is frustration, but Buddy frustration is only because his buddy got hit. Because people have been getting hit in the country. People have been getting hit all the time. Now, that's the frustration that we want to see in the Prime Minister. But not frustration where you call in people's name. People have not been charged or taken to court or been proven guilty or innocent, and you were just calling people's name. That's irresponsible. And look at what the guys are doing now. Maybe one or two of them are innocent and they don't know what you're talking about. Maybe, could be.
I'm the Richard Frederick there, answer. I'm the Richard Frederick there. I'm the Richard Frederick there, answer. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point, and you all may have to deal with me, because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know. I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point, and you all may have to deal with me, because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene?
Reverend, I'm going to open the lines, 929-586-1821. I want you to be responsible when you call the program. If you don't know what you're saying, don't say it. What these fellas are doing, they're threatening people with lawsuits and all kind of story. If you don't know what you're saying, don't say it. All right? Let's use wisdom. So the numbers are open, the lines are open, 929-586-1821. But let me read some of your comments. And I see Bernard Haynes is under the live, and I hope, for God's sake, that he's not giving any trouble over there. Because he should agree with us that this is wrong. And what Bernard Haynes needs to do is to turn the situation around and put Rush in that situation. Rush goes on the air, and Rush calls people name and act the way he acts. He, Bernard Haynes, would have been jumping like a fish out of water. And I hope that we should not call him a hypocrite because of the things that he's doing, he's saying right now. Because we all can agree that these statements were irresponsible. Huh? They were. So I hope, for God's sake, that Bernard Haynes is not under the life acting a certain way. I pray to God he's not. I pray to God that he is a responsible guy. And he understands what we're saying here. Huh? And I will tell you, the $500 that was given to the citizens or the few workers, let me say something to you. That is not the government's money, it's not the SLP's money. That's the people's money. And any amount of money that is given to the citizens of St. Lucia, it is always good. Any extra money at all in these hard times that is given to the citizens, it should be welcomed. But I'll tell you, if you believe that you're giving them $500 so that they can vote for you, Crapo will smoke your pipe. I will advise them to take that money, buy food, enjoy yourself, but think about going forward after the $500 is done, because once you go to Massey, you cannot go with one of those carts with your $500. You got to go with your hands, not even a basket. So I hope you understand that you got to live, you got to survive after the $500. Yeah? I hope Bernard Haynes understand that the citizens after the $500 would have to still be concerned about their security, about their health. I hope in all the boasting of 500 and all the hundreds, and by the way, the majority of people who need the support are not working in government. They are still out there, poor families tonight who are watching government workers going home with extra turkey and extra pork and extra meat, and they are just sitting there watching because there is nothing that is coming in for them. Their children might get some toys from China or Taiwan, and the politicians might make them believe that I am the one giving it to you, when it's a foreign government who is giving it to you, not your government. A foreign government. You think your government invests in $500,000 of toys to give to the little kids in the country? Dream on. You think it's CIP money that they will take $1 million from BMAX or from Galaxy and buy toys for you? So when we are celebrating a few, maybe 12, 10,000 people getting $500 extra, there are more than 70 or 60,000 people who are sitting there who are not working with the government and are not sure where their meal is going to come from tomorrow. So while you are and you got to be careful, while you are boasting about that, there are a lot of families out there who are not happy and have nothing to boast about. Yeah? So Bernard Haynes, I hope you understand that the people's security is still in question. The people's health is still in question. The people's survival is still in question. I hope so. So I'm going to open the phones. We're going to take some calls now. Let me just take a short break. I'll be right back.
Suipui, some 2.5% HCSL thing is a tax vibe.
So what that have to do with people getting meg? But just now, to me, them people paying VAT already.
Truth or dare? The tax is calculated on the cost of goods. So one time, the price go increase, Kuma. Delusions end up paying more than 15%.
Mama!
Gasa, just imagine $100 go buy less groceries. People getting poor. Things like rent and utility bills go also increase, Gasa.
Real Malawi vibe?
All them things the people doing to stay healthy, like gym, healthy eating, and safety and security, go be harder to get because people ain't have money.
Partner, if them people ain't have enough money, they ain't go have leftover food for us to eat. The bins go be empty. Wow!
Things real happening to them, Lucianzi. Look out for us again soon. We go show you all more. Malwa.
I'm the Richard Frederick there, also. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
Sorry, here is something that we got from one of our viewers. I do apologize. If you do not want to call, those of you who are shy, you can also text 929-586-1821. That is WhatsApp. So here we have something from our WhatsApp platform. Let's read it publicly. The response to any money that SLP gives should be, take the money because it's your tax money. It's not any free money. It's yours. Additionally, it's 2.5 years too late. Now, take the money, make sure you vote the SLP out of office, because if you don't, they will raise taxes, implement more levies to recoup the money they're giving you now. Because raising taxes is the only way they know how to raise revenue, and that is from one of our viewers out there. Okay? Okay, so we have another, oh boy, we have another clip that just came in. We're going to get this up on our system right away. Bear with me, folks. We have something that is coming in, and so we're going to put it up on our platform. Just bear with us, folks, tonight. Remember, we just came on because there is no the Flabo programs are not on, and that is like it is. It's not on tonight, okay? So let me just send this over to our main board. Okay, I think it is. Let us see there. Somebody just sent something over. We're going to pull it into our system. Okay, yes, it is here now. I believe this is something that happened on Jeremy Street. That's in Castries. Let's see if we can get it over on our platform, okay? Just came in. All right, let's see what it is.
I love your country. It's an amazing place, but I'm never gonna come here again. I'm never gonna come here again because they stole me. I was doing nothing. They stole me. And thank you. Love your country. I love your country. It's an amazing place, but I'm never gonna come here again. I'm never gonna come here again because they stole me. I was doing nothing. They stole me. And thank you. I love your country.
Yes.
I love your country. It's amazing.
All right. So we got to clean up the city, folks. We got to clean it up. All right. So we have some other stuff coming in there. Someone said St. Lucia is finished. No, friends. Mr. Frederick have openly declared war on them. So they are finished, not St. Lucia. They are finished. Bear with me, folks. I'm just going through your messages. Somebody's asking, why Richard is showing his firearm in public on the table. I'm not sure why, if that is true. I'm not sure that is a safe practice for him. I don't know, honestly. I can't answer that question. I just can't. All I'm saying is that you need to give Rush an opportunity, a chance to prove himself. Let the young man, give him the opportunity to help with the organizing, the cleaning up of Castries. Castries need a lot of work. And if you're distracted in dealing with trivial stuff, you're fighting over petty things, you're always arguing, you're always upset about something, how do you do the work of the people? How do you take time to do the work? And if you get half of the people upset and you make half of your friends happy, now how are we going to have a better Castries? How? That's what I'm asking, friends. But according to the people who call Castries Parbon, I mean, what kind of representation it is? All the time, based on what we're hearing, all the time, you're saying you have eyes everywhere, you know, and you wait until your friend gets hit, to come with a whole set of noise on national TV. And not only that, going in the same area. And I'm not sure why there's not a curfew in that place. I'm not sure why we do not have police officers stationed in that area. That area should never not be policed. What, the police will see too much? What, they will have a broader understanding of what is happening in that area of Castries? So it takes Mr. Frederick to keep a hold of the noise for the Commissioner of Police to know that those areas are hot spots and should have police presence at all times. Gone are the days when we had police shifts. In the town of Kingstown, St. Vincent, let me tell you, in front of the police station, there is a police officer that is stationed in front of the police. He stands there for a few hours. Another police comes, take over from him, but there is always a police station in front of the station, no matter what time of the day it is. In some parts of the cities, there is police officers that stands there on guard Well, now the government of St. Lucia have given us more police vehicles, they say. Police vehicles should be stationed with 2 police officers armed in the area there by all these shops. A police vehicle should be there with flashing lights at all times. They don't have to stand up like the old days or sit on a horse. What is going on with policing in this country? What is going on with policing in the country? The city of Castries must never be without police patrol. There was a shooting in the boulevard. Police presence should be there around the banks at all times. The banks used to pay a bring security company to be in the banks every Sunday and all night. That should have been the job of the police. Brethren, when you look around Castries, at any point in the night, you should be able to see the presence of police officers or police vehicles parked in strategic corners, hotspots. It looked to me like in that area of Castries with all the rum shop, it seems to me that that place is a wild, wild west. Everybody has a gun. It looks to me that after certain times of the night, you can't walk there because it's the wild, wild. You don't know who gunslinger is going to fling out, whether legal or illegal. You don't know. But my question is, how do you mix rum with a gun? How do you sit and drink and have a firearm on your person? Is that even normal? Is that even legal in the country? Just think about it. A drunkard with a licensed firearm. Think about it. You are impaired. You can't make right judgment. You can't even stand up straight. Your vision is impaired. Ukawe tout kalte demu. And the police commissioner gets shot down. But for some of you, St. Lucian, this is normal. This is good. Yes, see, you know what? Let's go back.
I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
Brethren, this looks to me, and honestly, this part of St. Lucia looks like the wild, wild West. And I'm going to play it again.
I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there. I'm the Richard Frederick there, sir. I'm the Richard Frederick there.
Lucians, all I can say to you tonight, pay attention, mind your business. Some of you are very confused. Not only confused, you're fighting over petty things. You're being distracted. You're selfish, self-centered. Just like your government minister, selfish. That's my friend. How dare you steal from my friend?
I know. I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point, and you all may have to deal with me, because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know.
Brethren, our government is aware. Have no fear. They're aware. Mr. Frederick already asked, clean up custody suite. Arrest every one of them. Take them in so that they can look for bail. And once they get bail and they go out, the problem is solved. No, sir. That's not policing. If you have signs in your country, restrictive signs in your country, and there is no enforcement at all until it hits your friend, and then you yourself start making noise for enforcement, then I say again, whole core simply see, pa boom. You hear me? You're not good. Now, I want to touch on that class action lawsuit again one more time. I did not invent a class action lawsuit. And if you, Labour Party people and you, CIP office, believe that all is well, you're in for some problems. If you believe that, you got away, I guarantee you, I promise you, that your rope has an end. And you better believe it. Yeah? Now let me ask you about the BMAX situation, all right? Let's just switch there for a minute. Let's look at the BMAX situation. St. Lucians, did you know that the BMAX contract was suspended before the last press briefing? No. And you saw the trick that the Prime Minister played on Lisa. Lisa, you didn't know? Yes, that was thing long time. You didn't know? You didn't know? None of us knew. The general public did not know. Members of the press did not know. But the Prime Minister is asking, did you not know that we suspend the BMAX? Yes, we suspended. Yes. Then he said the project will go on. The question was, with CIP monies, the project will go on. Who is the contractor? No answer. And that's how you are being dealt with in your nation. That's how you're being dealt with in your nation. So let's just go over to Mr. Haynes. He's taking a moment off of his honeymoon to say to me, there is no action lawsuit. That's not true. Class action lawsuit. So I'm going to ask him, provide me with the evidence that there will not be one. You don't know? No evidence? Maybe you should call Buddy to ask him to give you one of his blank papers. There will never be one? There's not going to be one? No? Mr. Chastain and the other opposition leaders will not finalize one? That's what you're saying? My advice to you is stop listening to propaganda. Stop listening to nonsense from your famous buddy. And I promise you, as I said, as soon as a decision is made or finalized, I will be on it. So don't be spreading the propaganda on this platform. Don't do it. I won't have it here. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, brethren, we are back, and you're on to Caribbean American News Media Platform, and that is State of the Nation. It is 8:51 p.m. in our cold area here in the United States, in an underground bunker, and I am sure in your country it is 9:51, or is it 9:51? You're getting ready for bed. Some of you are cleaning your house, getting ready. I hope you guys are not soaking no pork or anything. I hope you're going to be eating some fish and some tofu and some vegetarian stuff. You're going to be eating a lot of vegetables and fruits. You're not going to be overeating and over drinking and all these kind of things. St. Lucians, save your money. Save your little dollars. You do not have to be in all this Christmas spending and everything else. If you have one bread, you eat that one bread with a little butter. Because I'm telling you, you are not out of the woods. Look at your supermarkets. Look at the shelves. Look at the cost of living. Look at the cost of health. And if you do not have the cost for health, look at the cost for burial. So save your little money, friends. But I want you to have a beautiful... D said, let me read what D said. D said, no fish, no tofu. I know why she said that. I know why D said that, because D already have her big piece of pork hanging up in the kitchen. No, man. D said we want pepper pork. Everything is expensive. Let me just read your comments before we go, all right? I don't want to stay long with you. I want you to get your rest. I know that you have a holiday coming. I think our system has an issue with the lines, the main line. I'm sure of that. All right. Let me just read your comments, folks. Everything is expensive in SLU. Bernard says, Garfield, I will bring you back some warm weather. Where are you, sir? Florida? You all guys, honestly, I'm telling you, we have had some serious weather here in New York. Serious here. We have my friends, Mr. Lionel, over there in Montreal. 7 degrees. Whoa, 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 whoa. That, my friend, is something, a type of weather there. Oh, my Lord. When I got up on Saturday morning, my entire vehicle was covered with snow. It was cold. It was freezing. Jules said, making my fruit cake. Listening and reading in the chat. You're baking your fruit cake. I hope you're not putting rum in that fruit cake. Gumbo, where's that, Bernard? So that fruit cake is a irregular Christmas. Ian says it is very cold in New York City. I'm getting arthritis. Listen, if I don't have to go out there, I am not. -7, wow. Frog face, Satila, criminal, wow. Okay. You have me on that one. I read it. I read it aloud. Tell me, folks, as we go, what's your preparation for the Christmas? Hey, yard is in St. Lucia. Jojo? Jojo, they're showing off on the people, but she got to go back to Texas. I'm sure it's cold up there, too. How is St. Lucia, folks? How is things? How is the feeling? What's the feeling in St. Lucia right now? Are you feeling the Christmas spirit? What is going on in the country? Martina, greetings to you. Good evening. People sending sunshine all over the place. My Dudubeh Florencia is on. Keep your sunshine in St. Lucia, man. We'll enjoy our coal. And when it's time for our celebration in the sun, we will celebrate. But I said, you should know if I said, Gumbo, just don't say that state. I know. You know, worry with the people. You know. Jojo said, don't worry with the people. They all have money. So the Labour give all of them money? Jojo, pass at SNS and see what's going on there. I'm sure SNS is running out of supplies. Flowers and pots. Is there still M&C? There's a place in Castries that people used to go to buy their stuff. We have a call coming in. Caribbean American News Media Platform. Caller, you're on the air.
Brother Garfield, how are you?
Well, I'm just there trying to figure out what is happening in your country.
My goodness, there's no Christmas. Well, there's a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people out in the supermarket.
Oh, a lot of people?
Oh, yes. Tonight, especially today, a lot of people, I guess, they're dashing for things that they probably need. Payday must have been just a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So people be shopping for groceries and whatnot. But
folks would have gotten their bonuses and stuff. Do they still give bonuses in the business places?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think certain businesses might do it. Certain ones may not. So I'm not too sure. I can't say that I know for sure. And there's just a lot of traffic and confusion on the road.
I guess with the Christmas shopping and the bad roads and the roads that are being fixed, repair, then you would have a lot of confusion in that place.
There's quite a bit of confusion. I mean, the roads are just overwhelming. It takes you over an hour to get to to get to Castries, to get from one point to the next, it's like 45 minutes. It's ridiculous. If the northern four-lane highway and the two roundabouts were complete, I think that would have been such a good thing, because we would have had a break from wasting time in traffic.
But what is going on with that that highway? It was stopped, right?
Yes, it was.
And nothing is happening?
It's been stopped, and they have done absolutely nothing on that high road. They've just been doing some mad debushing and cutting of grass on the sides of the roads.
That's the STEP program.
Boy, the Queen must be visiting St. Lucia for St. Lucia to be looking so good. Oh, and just whilst I'm on here, I saw a clipping on Facebook today for these persons who may be driving around the Denry area, the hill going up to how you call it, up from Rich 4. I think it's Rich 4 it is, where the bakery is. Where the bakery, the local bread in Denry is.
Oh, Montparnasse?
Before you get to no. There's a local bread bakery just at the bottom of when you leave the Bad Lane and you're going towards the valley.
Yeah, I know where that is. I think that's
on the left side if you drive
after you pass Grand Riviere.
Right, or when you're going
past the bridge and you're heading up to get into the Bad Lane.
That's correct. On that left side, there's a very sharp corner. Somebody apparently went to try and ease himself whilst he was driving and came across a bunch of snakes all coiled up right there on the side of the road. So people, be very careful when you're stopping in the night by the side of the road.
Oh, pile of snakes. Tamazo.
Yes.
Look, nobody give us the name. Tamazo, that's right.
Right, all coiled up and I mean, it was very close to the main road. Now, my thing is, if there was a constant debushing and cutting of the grass on the sides of the road, etc., these things would have been, it would have been seen. But we've stayed so long, and St. Lucia was just bushy, there was nothing in sight when you're driving. The sides of the road were just bushy. And now I know it's a snake-infested area. I know we have a rainforest there, but these things we were not seeing in the past.
No.
The snakes were coiled up. Let me tell you, very airy looking. I was just like, but I think they called the.
So there's pictures out there.
Forestry Department. Yes, there are pictures on Facebook.
Oh, I wish I could have. Wow.
If I had had time, I would have shared that with you today, but I did not have the time.
Yeah.
So, I'm just warning people, be careful when you're out in certain areas like Canaries and Surrey, where there's snake-infested areas and stuff, that you don't go standing in the bush in the night trying to have a pee, especially the men and
well,
stuff.
When the people are drunk, they will pee on the snake themselves.
They better be careful, because they will get bitten. They will get stung.
Well, maybe that will serve as some form of relaxation for some of these men who go all over the place spreading their seeds.
Brother Garfield, not before the end of the year. Let's leave that alone.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you, about the boys in Castries, I do not have too much to say about that. But, who was the MP in Castries for years? And how did these youngsters come about to be doing the things that they may be doing or they are being accused of doing? And even if they are accused of doing it, they're not guilty unless proven guilty, one. And to have an MP calling them thugs and calling their names on national television and making this big scene and ordering the commissioner of police to do certain things because he ordered him. He said he was giving him an order. Okay? Who is the national security minister?
I believe.
Who is responsible for?
I believe his buddy, good friend. Oh, we have a correction for the place. The place with the snake was not Tamazo. It was in. I just got somebody here just corrected us. It is in Pasias, Monrepo.
No, man, that was around. That was around Monrepo. No, I think that was around the Denry area. I know the corner.
Well, they're correcting us. They're saying it is Pasias, Monrepo.
Well, okay. Well, people anywhere around the roadside, just be careful when you're standing there because people know how long it took for anyone to cut grass or do anything of substance in St. Lucia or to clean up the bush and stuff in St. Lucia. All of a sudden, we're seeing all of that. All of a sudden, we have MP calling out the names of boys and calling them thugs and whatever on television and whatever. He did not know about these boys before. He did not know about the others before that were doing all the crime and doing everything in St. Lucia. Only now, many people have lost their lives in 3.5 going on 4 years. Now it's some big scene. That's crazy.
Okay, I just got the clip. Oh wow. Yeah, that is
That's crazy.
Oh boy.
You see it now?
Yeah, scary. I hate snakes and I'm just watching it, I'm scared. So I'm not even gonna show it. Yeah, I don't like oh my god, I don't like snakes. So let me see if I go ahead, but I'm gonna get it and put it over on the platform so the members can see. Wow, I just hate snakes.
Yeah, so I was just saying that all the time we have our crime rate escalating, people are killing each other, so many things are happening. And my dear fellow just saw it fitting now to come out and call people's names and all of that. And it's a bully doing some stuff. All along, you have not been looking at the crime rate in Castries and what's going on around the place. Only a few days ago. And then you're calling the names and you're going to put their photos up and all of that. We have an election looming and people are now pretending that they are cleaning up and they're the best reps and all the rest of it. Because we have an election looming. It's coming. And now people are hasty and making statements and doing all sorts of things. People, be careful. Don't let these things fool you. Don't let it fool you. All of us know who Buddy is and all of us know how Buddy operates.
Yep.
And for those of us who will commend Buddy, for those of us who will commend him and we're so proud of him and this and that.
I heard Champagne saying this morning that he's proud of him. That not proud of him, but he's. What did he say? That as if he understand what he was saying. The body's a good mess.
I heard. I heard myself. I was listening to Champagne. And to be very honest, I'm very disappointed. And I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to stir up anything. I am very disappointed in what I heard Champagne saying today. I am very disappointed. There is a process for choosing candidates. One candidate is chosen, one isn't. If a candidate isn't chosen, I'm sure they agree to stand behind whoever is chosen and work with this individual, etc. Okay? All this noise that was totally uncalled for. I think it's a high level of selfishness. I think it's someone who, and that's why I say I don't want to say too much, because I'm analyzing certain things. And whether you're chosen as a candidate or not, it's a process and you have to respect the process. If you disagree with the process, there is a certain hierarchy in your party or in whatever organization. They're next to Sky every Tuesday doing a press briefing. If you wanted to say something to them, you could have pulled them up privately and say everything you want to say to them. But don't come and do that nonsense with yourself. You're an adult and you're a grown man. We are not 6-year-olds on a playground. We need to stop being so egotistical.
Can I ask you?
And selfish.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is just separate from that, what you're speaking. How are you planning to spend your Christmas? Are you going to be celebrating bigly?
No, I'm going to be with my family. My family, my dad, my brother, my sister.
So y'all going to cook up a storm?
We're just going to spend.
Let me ask you, what is your best meal? What is your best meal during the season? What do you like best during Christmas?
What do I prefer best during Christmas? I'm not big on ham. I'm not a pork person. I am not, honestly, fruitcake. I love fruitcake.
Yeah?
I love black cake. I like food, don't get me wrong. There's certain dishes that I really like I love red beans. And red beans is a part of my diet all the time anyway.
A lot of solutions love red beans, you know?
I love cake. I love cake.
Oh, wow.
So cake this year is going to be my thing. But I mean, whatever is cooked, I always, I try to eat well. But I'm not too big on all the big macaroni and cheese.
Stuff, yeah, as you get older too, you want to start easing off of those things because, with bad health care in your country, you want to be careful with all the excess cheese. And although some people just use it once in a while, and, but I would say to individuals out there, be very careful in what you eat during the season. You want to protect your health. The hospitals are not an easy place to be,
Yeah, and make sure your meals are cooked at home and stuff like that. So instead of eating out because you don't know how long people have had food there for and all of that. So it's wise that people...
you know what I used to like about Christmas back in the days? Going from house to house. You're visiting people and they're always bringing out a little bottle of either ginger beer or sorrel or something, or a piece of cake, or I used to enjoy it. But I heard somebody told me that I've not spent a Christmas in the Caribbean in a very long time. Somebody told me that Christmas is not what it used to be. Right now it's dead sometimes. It is boring. There is nothing going on except for country and western dance and all this stuff that, some of us don't appreciate.
It has become very commercialized. So it's not as the meaning of Christmas to me in St. Lucia is not the same. It's not neighborly. It's not as neighborly as it used to be. Especially maybe in certain out districts, it might still be in certain small communities and stuff.
You
But
think
in
so?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not too. Maybe not.
Right.
Because maybe people are just staying home, and that's it. And that's what's happening around. I mean, the north and catch.
Because I want to plan to be. Yeah, I want to plan to be one Christmas in the Caribbean, but I'm concerned that I'm going to leave up here and go down to a boring place where, everybody lock up in their house, hiding their little pot. They don't want you to come because, people do that. They kind of want you a certain way when you pass by. They think that you're coming for their food.
I don't think there's much passing by. I don't go to anybody's home except my immediate family. I don't really. So I don't know that there's a lot of stopping by people's homes and this and that, and I don't think that happens anymore. I don't think so. And the Garfield things are really expensive in this country, and people are watching their pennies. So I think people become wiser not to spend,
right? But with the sky, surprisingly, Carla, with the high cost of living, food prices, you're hearing that the supermarkets are full. People are in lines. Local college, one of our viewers said that West Tech line is much longer than the supermarket line. What is West Tech, by the way? Who's West Tech? What do they do?
West Tech is a shipping company.
Oh, is it barrels or just
boxes and packages, and I think that's what they're doing. I do know that they're doing barrels. I think it's usually within the shipping and the shipping companies. I think that's quick packages that West Tech. I'm not sure that they do barrels.
Yeah, let me ask you something. I heard some time ago that there was an issue with people getting barrels, that it was taking them almost 2 months to get their barrels. Did you hear anything about that?
I've learned that Western shipping is closed, and I think the port, whatever is happening on the ports is being blamed on Western shipping being closed. Now, even if Western shipping is closed for the Garfield, I don't know how true that is. There must be brokers and stuff that could help these people take these things out of the port. So I think that's just a cover-up, because there's something going on in the port. There's a backlog of stuff on the port, like a big backlog of stuff on the port. Now remember, let me tell you, with Slasper, what part of the port is Slasper supposed to be running, or is Slasper even running the port?
Yes, Slasper still has control over that port, not GPH.
Brother Garfield, GPH has control of Port Castries
not
for
the
a few
freight.
months now.
Not the freight. Not the freight.
Not the goods. But if you have control over the ports, you have control over what's coming into the ports to offload, etc., don't you?
No, they don't have control over that.
Have any of us seen the agreement?
Well, based on what I'm hearing from both the United Workers' Party and the SLP, I believe I'm hearing almost the same thing. Slasper still manages the container wharfs with shipments.
Yes, and so what is happening with people's shipments then?
I don't know if it's storage, if a storage issue. I don't know. We got to look into that a little more.
A storage issue. If it's a storage issue, why aren't people finding their barrels and their boxes and stuff when they go to get it from the port? Because people are looking for their bits and pieces, and they're not being found. What is going on? This is deeper than we know. Somebody's blaming somebody, but there's more to it than that. And we have to stop just taking things in St. Lucia at face value and making it gospel. We've got to look into things before we can start saying, do you know how many things they've told us? We were paying a 2.5% compounded tax for health and security. We found out after that was not for health and security, but to secure a loan that was being taken. We haven't seen our health nor our security. There has not been any changes in any of these two areas, and that money has been collected from us, and it's a lot. The 2.5 compounded tax possibly works out to a 12.5 tax.
Somebody's saying some individuals, Joe is saying some individuals also do not come to clear their barrels when they are being called. Maybe they don't have the money to think it. We have Kurt saying GPH took over tourists, Slasper keeps the cargo. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but what happened this year, that is the question that I'm asking. What happened this year that Slasper is doing cargo, GPH is doing the cruise ships, but there's a disaster on the port.
Maybe they're up.
What has happened to change?
I think I heard the Prime Minister said
to look for their stuff and they cannot find it.
I believe I heard the Prime Minister said that one of the storage area was being either repaired or something and will be opened. I believe that might be an issue.
He said that shed 7 is being renovated, or they're doing a shed 7 or whatever, and they're going to be putting stuff in there, and I understand that. But Brother Garfield, what is the problem when certain people go for this stuff that they cannot find it? What is the real problem here?
Well, I would think with not having the space, you're going to have confusion over there.
This is concession. Remember, this is concession period where people don't pay monies for barrels. Okay, so what money are they talking about when it comes to barrels of food and stuff that people are shipping for their families?
No, well, I'm the one saying, could it be a issue with finance to move the barrel from one area to the other? Somebody's confirming that the new storage is open.
Okay, so that person knows that, but I can find that out in the morning. In fact, I can find that out tonight because it's a bit late. So I'm not going to make that call.
That's right.
So I will not. So tomorrow I can find out. But I know I was told, I asked, and I was told, West Indies shipping is closed. So hence the reason why we are having a little bit of a problem and this and that. And I'm like, because West Indies shipping is closed, so you're saying that West Indies shipping has stuff that they shipped that are on the port, and they probably did not give the people the paperwork and whatever, so the people's stuff is still there? I don't think.
Because
so.
I'm hearing here containers are going to St. Vincent. Somebody said that is true. I faced that same problem. Julie said you have to pay a little change, like $30 to $40 still.
Where is King to come and tell us what is going on the ports in Castries? Where is the MP responsible for Port Castries to come and tell us exactly what's going on the port?
Somebody
today?
confirm West Indies shipping is closed.
Yes, I was told West Indies shipping is closed. That's why I'm repeating it to you. It was confirmed to me, so the people can see what they want.
So they're no longer operating in St. Lucia?
I do not know why they closed. We need an explanation as to why West Indies shipping is closed. And what we don't know, we cannot be taking for granted the sale of our ports
The lease.
for 30 to 40 years. The longest lease, 30 to 40 years. It might as well be a sale. That's how they call it in the UK, right? Because you actually owning it for a lifetime. For somebody's lifetime.
Well, 30 years is a lifetime. I mean, 30 years. Half of those guys who signed the contract might not be around.
30 to 40 years you've signed a lease on our ports. And all of a sudden there's chaos on the ports. And people are telling me it's because West Indies shipping is closed. I am not buying it. And why did West Indies shipping close? What happened? What really happened there?
West Indies shipping is
explanation
privately
to
owned,
this.
right?
Yes, it is.
Right, so maybe they're going through financial issues.
We cannot just say these things. We need to find out what is going on our ports. And the only people who can tell us that is the MP and Slasper. And we can't just stay there and just be shooting things out there like we crazy people, because we need to find out what exactly is going on.
Well, we're not shooting like crazy. At least we're asking the questions. Julie saying they are saying no space on the port, but all imported vehicles have been offloaded there. Every week there are shipments of used vehicles.
There were always shipment of used vehicles. Something is going on. We always had shipment of used vehicles. We've always had shipment of barrels. We've always had shipment of boxes. We've always had shipments coming into this country. Have we seen this chaos before? No, we haven't. Haven't people seen that every sector in St. Lucia is broken?
Somebody said West Indies is still open. Their shipping warehouse is closed, but the business is still open.
Brother Garfield, every sector in St. Lucia is broken. I am not going to sit here and say it just loosely. Our road network is broken. Our roads are a mess. There is health care, no health care. As a matter of fact, I met a friend today. She's a nurse. She has moved out of St. Lucia to work. And when I was asking her about whether she was at OKU, she said, no, I left a few years ago. I'm not here. I said, oh, you're one of the nurses who migrated? She said, I had to. Then she tells me that, do you know, my daughter was almost killed at OKU. I'm saying it. My daughter was almost killed at OKU. It's a good thing that I asked to be present during the surgery. And I knew what to do.
But she was present during the surgery? That's allowed?
Yes. She asked. She's a nurse.
Oh.
She's a qualified nurse. Her daughter was having a surgery. She asked that she be present during that surgery in St. Lucia. And she came in, right, to go to assist with the surgery or to just watch what was going on. And she caught a lot of mishaps that were going to happen. And she said it to me today. I'm not just making this up.
Is it because there's a lack of supplies at the hospital, or the doctors are just tired?
I haven't had that conversation. She just told me, listen, it is a mess. And I've actually offered my services every time I'm on vacation. I'm going to come in and I'm going to go and work over there to see if I can help with certain things that they need help with, because it is a total mess.
Because I'll tell you, if the doctors and nurses don't have the right supplies to do their job, then you will have all these mishaps and issues in the hospital. They must have the right tools, the right instruments, the right supplies in order to take care of the citizens. That's why it's important that the government finance and pay their bills.
Every sector is broken. Every sector is broken, and this is the truth. This is not a lie. So now if the ports are broken and the systems are broken and the way the port was being run before is broken, if SLASPA is receiving a percentage of the money they were receiving from the $1, SLASPA used to receive $6 per head, right?
Oh, we have
$6 for every tourist. For every tourist that came into the country, I believe. Okay? SLASPA is now receiving $1 from $6 per head. How is SLASPA really operating? Do you know how much money SLASPA is losing? Do you know how much money SLASPA is losing because of a stupid, a crazy deal that Pierre and his administration went into with GPH? Do you all realize how much money SLASPA is using? SLASPA needs that money for their operations. Is anybody compensating SLASPA on the loss, on the revenue loss? Has anybody put new systems in that would make it cost less for SLASPA to operate? Brother Garfield. And I ask these questions not just so. If you're losing $5 and you're receiving $1, do you know how big that loss is? You know how big that loss is? So there's something going on in that port that is not being discussed, but it will come out.
Yeah.
All right, let me go because somebody else may want to call.
Yes.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody, and keep safe through the season.
And blessings
Enjoy.
to you.
Good
Yes,
night,
thank you so much for being one of our most popular caller, viewer. We really appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your holiday, my friend. Blessings
Thank
to
you,
you.
Brother
God
Garfield.
bless you.
Thanks.
All right. So we have an explanation here, folks. We got something that came in hot on our system concerning the port castries. Okay, I'm going to bring it over to the system. We're going to spend another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes or 10 minutes because I want to talk to you all about that pork thing you all like. You all just simply see. And Jojo, I hope you're not eating the pork down there in St. Lucia. I hope so. Yes, let's just pull up this one. I hope it came over. Okay, so let me try to pull it over for you. I just got it. Someone sent it over to me. So let me just do this again. Sometimes in transferring the files from one system to the other, it normally normally a slow process. All right. So, I know what I did. I did enter my school transfer information. That's what happened to me there. So it should be here now. Okay. Oh yes, it came. Very good. So we're going to put it into our system, and this is a report on the ports. Bear with me. On what is happening in the ports. Okay. So let us pull that up right now. Yes, it's coming in hot on the system. There we go. There you have it.
That St. Lucians are facing in getting their imports off the port and into the economy.
That warehouse was open for 14 years. 14 years. Our warehouse is 48,000 square feet. That's shed 16 castries. That warehouse was 25,000 square feet. So if you picture all customers are now coming to SLASPA's shed, then there must be a delay.
Oh, so let's play that again. All right, we're going to do that again.
That St. Lucians are facing in getting their imports off the port and into the economy.
That warehouse was open for 14 years. 14 years. Our warehouse is 48,000 square feet. That's shed 16 castries. That warehouse was 25,000 square feet. So if you picture all customers are now coming to Slasper shed, then there must be a delay.
Or the delays that St. Lucians are facing in getting their imports off the port and into the...
So there you have it, folks. We got some clarity from that report. I believe because of the private businesses using that facility, then there's a slowdown and a space issue with West Indies shipping closing the place. So that's it there. All right. Let me go and deal with Jojo talking about her pork on the platform. This is a no pork platform. So let's watch Sister Jojo on that pork eating thing. All right. Wait. I'm trying to find the program so that I can get Jojo and what she just said there. Now me the Jojo a barbus like pork, sir. She says she eats. Ain't nobody got time for that according to the Americans. Let me see here. She said, Jojo said, my daughter wants me to cook stew pork and pumpkin soup. I'm on vacation. I'm not doing anything. Jojo, don't, whatever you do, leave the kosher alone. All right? Give it a break. Jojo said, even the backside I'm eating, behave. What? Jojo, no. Ow. I call it Philip Japper for you. Leave the people pig alone. Well, actually say I'm going to lose viewers. I'm going to lose viewers because no pork. There's an old Christmas song that says, I want a piece of pork for the Christmas. Oh my God, folks, y'all are good enough. I just spent a little time with y'all just to laugh, but the program is finished basically. I'm just trying to laugh with you guys. You just had some pudding. What is pudding? Is that the blood of the pig? Pig blood that you eat without even cook? Do you cook it? Blood is not good though. You all need to stay away from that black pudding thing with all that blood in it. It's like a trick also, and then you all crying that Philip Japper don't open the hospital for you all. Exactly. Tell my cochon. Cochon a trésor. Don't eat black pudding. Nah. Now you know you can get the rice pudding. The Guyanese does the rice pudding. It's white pudding, I think they call it. And that is good. It's made out of rice. No blood at all. Just where you were born. The face I fall. I was born in Texas. Anyway, goodbye, heads. Enjoy yourself, brother, with your wife. D, well, how is Mia? Why is Mia? Oh, the kid is Jojo. Hey, brethren, you all go to bed and enjoy your holidays. Be responsible. And remember, for those of you who are entering castries, y'all guys be safe, be careful in what you do, and just watch your back, you know, understand your surroundings, especially people like Jojo, who come down from Texas, and she Americanized, you know. Oh, Bernard says, blood of the animals with pig grease. Wait a minute. You said pig grease. So black pudding is made with the blood and the grease. That's a bad combination. Bad combination though. Wow. Anyway, folks, see you all. You all enjoy the rest of your night. And please, when you're baking your cake, let me tell you, I want somebody to do something for me. You know what? Tomorrow night, I'll put it out there on the media. Tomorrow night, God's willing. Okay, take care, folks. And for those of you, if there's anyone coming up from St. Lucia to New York, I need fish. I am here talking my throat out, and none of you bring nothing for me, not even a piece of fish. Y'all send a piece of fish for me, please. Jojo, I need fish. Oh, you're going to Texas. Brethren, who will give me a piece of fish? You know what fish I want? Those small little shine ones. What do they call them? Not ballyhoo. Ballyhoo is good too, but there's another small one. It is called God, look at it, forget it. Those little small ones. Canna? Oh, Canna is instant. Yeah, he will have to. Okay, yes, blood, pig, fat, bread, and seasoning. Let me see. Brethren, there's a small fish. It's very small and shiny. It is called, I'll tell you. I'm forgetting. Peter, how are you, Chico? Compliments to the season to you, my brother. Yes. It is called, I forget it, but forget about it. But it's a small fish. Very small. There's another one. It's a skettlefish, you guys call it. You know, you get a lot of it. Sometimes you dry it and stuff like that. Tweet? I don't think it's that, you know. It's a little bigger, but it's the same color with the ballyhoo, but it's not long. No, it looks like sprat, but it's not the sprat. It's not sardines. Killiwoo. Is it killiwoo? Yes. Look, but that is a was a fish by him. Thank you. Hey, look, I get that fish. Jojo, leave Bernard alone. Okay, so I'll get my fish, and blessings to all of you. All right? May God bless you. Have a beautiful night, friends. Remember to love each other. That's all we can do for each other. The Bible says, love no man nothing. No man nothing save to love him. All right? So I love all of you with the love of Jesus. Mackerel fresh. D say, I'm glad you can't remember the fish, but you need pork. No, D, you miserable. Miserable, you need to be dealt with. Jax, that's it. Bernard got it, Jax. Bernard hit it on the neck. Jax, that's right, Jax. That's it. Jackfish Cleo, yes. Listen to me, I do anything for Jackfish. Jackfish. Yes. So anybody in St. Lucia, please and thank you. Send some Jackfish for me. Or some, what you call it again, ballyhoo. All right? If you do that for me, I'll pray for you. Season's greetings to all, folks. Enjoy. All right? Enjoy. Rush. You take care, man. You keep your head up. And we're going to fight hard against that buddy fella. And we are going to punish him. We're going to teach him a good lesson. He's going to get the surprise and the shock of his life. Then we will make sprat and jack soup for him for his recovery. Anyway, folks, bye-bye. That's just a joke. You know he's going to go crazy just because of that. But, buddy, you enjoy your Christmas too, man. Everybody have a beautiful rest of your evening or night. I'm on vacation. School is closed. And I'm happy I accepted that job. School is closed. The Creole name is Do what? I can't pronounce that. But school is closed and I am out for a week and a half. I get a break and I just started. So Folks, blessings. Good night. Good night, folks. Love all of
I
you.
also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point. And you all may have to deal with me. Because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know.
Cleo, you're right.
I know. All that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind.
Problem. A serious problem with it. Okay? Not too long ago, your thugs, your lime, right there by Mr. Walters, and you'll rob him. You'll lime right there and you'll rob him. I want to call on Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, this is getting too serious for us to take a lackadaisical approach. I had some